Welcome to Doomsday T on DC, and this week just saw Shazam today, and going to give you my spoiler review because there's a couple things in it that I've just got to talk about. I got to get it out there, so I'm going to be talking about that. But we're going to start off with some. We're going to start off in the DCEU, and yesterday we got a Joker teaser trailer. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker is coming out in October with Scorsese producing it and Todd Phillips directing it. And to me, I thought it almost looked. I thought it had a touch of a Killing Joke feel to it, which I like. What I'm curious, and I love the contrast. I love that we've got the Shazam movie that's totally crazy or whatever. I mean, great, it's great. A kids movie or whatever, just fun family movie, and then we turn around and we're going to get this Joker movie, a villain movie, origin, Elseworld, and I love that we're getting that contrast. But excuse me, the Joaquin Phoenix being a method actor, Scorsese, Scorsese behind it, it's going to be a well shot cinematic event. Like I said, I'm real curious. This movie has me intrigued. To me, the way it should end, because just some of the age and things that, logically I'm looking at and I want to mix up, with Batman and his world. He's got to do something we got to hate him at the end of this movie. We have to hate the Joker, or whatever, and we need him shooting like himself. Or this guy's going to get murdered, like Joaquin's going to get murdered by the real Joker, or something. Like, we've got to have a twist with this somehow. I don't know. Like I said, this movie has me intrigued because I'm sure what we're seeing, is not, like, we can't figure this out. I don't think so. Yeah, some things we might be able to figure out, and this is maybe the kid was Bruce Wayne, whatever. But moving on, I want to talk about Shazam. I just saw it, and it's definitely got a dark side, kind of scary, creepy, or it's scary. Like with the, like I said, spoilers. Don't watch this if you haven't watched Shazam. What I'm getting ready to say, you don't want to hear. The Shazam movie. You've got the 7 deadly sins, and they come alive from the statues, and they're out there, and they are killing, they're maiming. Mark Strong as Dr. Sivana is once again brilliant. He was brilliant as Sinestro in the Green Lantern movie, and I've softened on that movie just because I love the Green Lanterns. I've softened on that movie, but we'll get into that on another time for sure. But Dr. Sivana, how he got his powers, and maybe why he didn't have powers and why he got powers, how all that worked out was really cool. David Sandberg, he nailed the kids. He nailed them, and then spoilers, once again, spoilers. Holy moly, whenever Shazam has the staff and he tells the kids to put their hands on it, and boom, they have their powers, and Freddy can walk, and it's just, they were, the casting is brilliant. The grown-up kids casting is so great. The scene with them is so great. I can't believe that they did it right off the bat. When we have the whole Shazam family, the Shafamily or Shazafamily, however they say it, Um, they look great, and you can tell this movie was, um, it didn't have the budget as what Justice League or Batman vs Superman had. You can tell that the budget wasn't great on it, but not in a bad way. Not anything that takes away from the movie. All the flying scenes look great. Like I said, Savannah was great. Everybody's great in it. It's cast very well. The story's pretty simple. Yeah, it's got a little, it's a little questionable maybe on some of the jokes or whatever, but it is what it is, and it's a good movie. It is set around Christmas time, so like Batman Returns, we have another DC movie, a good Christmas movie. Uh, so that's fun. I love that. Like I said, it's simply done. It's very well connected. I don't want to forget this. Very well connected, and of course, yes, at the very end, you've got a Superman cameo. I don't know if it was Cavill or not. The body, all you saw was like neck down and like waist up. Him carrying like a lunch tray. And of course, Shazam was sitting with Freddy, and the kids were around, and Shazam was acting like they were cool, so the other kids would think they're cool. And of course, like I said, and Superman comes in, and like I said, that's in the movie. That's not like an end credit scene. There's a mid credit scene with Savannah, kind of going crazy, right while in jail or whatever, and then there is an end credit scene that. Is just the joke. We really already saw with where they kind of make the joke on Aquaman, like what good is it to be able to command fish or whatever, to be able to talk to fish, and Freddy is wearing an Aquaman shirt and is like, duh, like, it's cool, Aquaman's awesome. And the other thing cool is whenever the movie ends, it's got like kind of cartoon kid kind of drawings, and it's got Shazam with like Aquaman. They're talking to Aquaman, and it's got Superman. It's got a funny thing with Batman, and then it's got like Wonder Woman, and it's like she's his prom date or something. So it connects, and like the Aquaman was the Jason Momoa Aquaman. So like it's definitely connects with the DC extended cinematic extended universe that we've grown accustomed to. So that's really cool. But great movie, fun movie. Another win for DC. I think Joker's going to be a win for DC. I think Suicide Squad 2 is going to be a win for DC. Birds of Prey is going to be a win. And just a footnote, we kind of mentioned it, and maybe I didn't directly say it, but Suicide Squad is not a reboot. It's Suicide Squad 2 basically. We know Courtney's back as Boomerang, and as far as I know, Waller's back, Harlequin's back. We got a new Deadshot, as we know, Elba. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. But like I said, and I think somebody actually said it in DC this week that it's not a reboot at all. And we're still swimming in this universe. And are we even 10 movies deep yet? And I'm not sure Joker counts whenever Joker comes out. I'm not sure it counts as a DC extended universe. I'm not sure it counts. But anyway, we're building. And we got the whole Shazam family. I mean, wow. And like I said, they looked great. The outfits looked great. The casting was great. Loved it. Very cool movie, great movie, did it right. Thank you, Sandberg. Thank you, DC. We got a Shazam movie that's cool, and it's just cool. We'll see where everything goes from here. Moving on, let's go with the comic book corner, and I just want to quickly discuss Court of Owls and that story in 52, and I want to discuss a little bit of Nightwing. or I started reading the Nightwings first, and so you get a little, you get a little bit of view, and you kind of figure out a little bit of what's going on in the Batman comics and other comics, because you're getting those panels. But anyway, the the Court of Owls, the links with Grayson and the Grayson family, and to the Haley Circus, and to the Court of Owls, and he's a chosen one, Grayson is, and uh, then Batman going after, it's hard. I always say this about things, about new things in comic books when you're dropping it. But whenever you can drop lore, legend lore, things in the beginning, and it work, and it means something. And I'm an old schooler, I've been reading it for years, and I was like, holy cow, they did it. Like, I believe this. Like, yeah, this is part of Grayson's past, This is part of Batman's past, and his mom having a kid, him having a brother that's died in a car wreck, and all that. I mean, to pull that off, man, is hard to do, and they sure did do it. I've enjoyed those books. I've got the Justice League books from '52, and I haven't started those. That I guess is next, because I'm done with Nightwing, but I don't know how far I got with I buy the paperbacks. I don't know, I got to 5 or 6, maybe 4, 5, 6, somewhere Nightwing. Same thing with Batman Unpast Death of the Family, which I loved. And like I said, unfortunately, you get Robin's views, so I kind of knew about the table and the setup and the fire and everything. Batman moves and gassing everybody or whatever. Like you get that in Nightwing. So a little bit of a spoiler whenever you do that. Then going back and reading Batman and getting to that part of Death of the Family. But wonderful books. Like I said, 52 got crapped on because, it was like they crapped on us in this timeline they've been building since the 70s, 80s, with the Crisis books back then, and killed Supergirl, and, Blue Beetle, whatever. You had all this that they threw away, it seemed like, and just was like, and it was such a huge thing, like what DC did in that time, and the arcs. I talk about all the time. We're going to go through them, but like I said, I wanted to get to 52 because I know people want to. There's people that like 52, and there's kids that have grown up reading it and like it, and I understand why they do, and there's no problem with that. At least what I've read, and everybody says that the Shazam, 52 Shazam, is wonderful, and you will laugh and you will cry, and that the movie is based off of the 52 Shazam. So I've not read it, so I can't comment on it, but I'm going to read it. After seeing the movie, I want to read the 52 Shazam. And moving on quickly to T's Toys, I want to talk about the Mega figures, and tell you a little quick story about them. I had the Batman and Robin, and the Joker, and the Penguin, and the Riddler. I love the Riddler. And I had Spider-Man too. And I had the Batmobile for him. And I loved them. And, this is all around the same time I told the story about having the superpowers, Batman and Robin, and, Mom telling me when to put them away or whatever, getting too old. Anyway, my mama used to have a yard sale every spring. She had this yard sale. And I didn't think anything of it. And I get up there about 12 or 1 o'clock, and one of the first things I do, I went look for my toys. I want to play with my toys. I can't find them. So I asked Mama about it, and sure enough, she'd sold those Mego dolls in her yard sale. And I was heartbroken. Heartbroken. So, years later, I was able to get them back, and I still have them. But I love the Mega dolls, and I noticed that they have done a Shazam, or they did retro Mega dolls, and they did do a Shazam one, and I wanted one, so I did purchase one. But I noticed, and they've got a good price on them, and I don't know when they came out, but they have Black Adam and Darkseid and Martian Manhunter in the retro action DC heroes, DC superheroes line, and they were all around 12, maybe $15. I thought that Darkseid looked killer. Just to go along, and I had made a Flash when you had like the Mega Doctor back in the day, and I have to go and look, but I know I did a Mega Flash like a custom, and I used parts from that. I don't know if that Dr. Mego's still around, but what a guy, what a cool deal he had going on, and people that love the retro toys and needed outfits or needed parts or pieces, you could get it from him. Love that guy. I definitely placed a few orders for things like boots I might have missing, or whatever. You could get the stickers, to put back on like emblems and stuff on their chest. So that was really cool. But I really enjoy the Mega Dolls. That was some of the first toys that I had of Batman and the Super Friends, and love seeing them do the retro. I think I saw, and I see, you never know if it's custom or not, but maybe they had like a Black Lightning and some of the feet, like Apache Chief. Gosh, what was the samurai guy? Anyway, like, they had some of that, like maybe like Toy Man stuff. I don't know if it had Solomon Grundy or not. That'd be cool. But I love the Mega Dolls, and just wanted to point them out if you've never saw them. That's why I wanted to have them in T's Toys this week. And like I said, and of course it being Shazam and it being a newer thing and the movie coming out. And of course I think I've showed it on maybe episode 2. I've already got the movie, which I had to order it. I've not saw it in stores at Walmart, but I've got the movie Shazam action figure. And enjoy that. And it came with one of the 7 Deadly Sins. And if you order them all, which I'm probably end up, going to do, you get all the statues. They're kind of like jelly feeling. They're kind of squishy. Comes with them, but that's pretty cool. You get them all and collect them all and get all the 7 Deadly Sins with it. One other thing in the DC Extended Universe I want to talk about before I get out of here is there was a couple images which I'm going to put up here on the video while I'm talking of Birds of Prey, the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Anyway, I love the title, but there was like a cool, like a title skirt, like a title card kind of thing of that, and then like Wonder Woman. I don't know if that was a title card on Wonder Woman, if that was just something they took, like a screenshot or something, but it was just a real cool Wonder Woman 84 logo that I saw. And then, of course, all kinds of Joker stuff, and I'm sure I'll have that stuff scattered throughout this video from the teaser trailer from that. But, like I said, DC's just starting, people. It's just starting. We're just building this thing. I mean, they should have did the solo movies first. We all know that. They rushed the Justice League, which I'm okay with, because, oh my gosh, I do live in a world that a Justice League movie exists. Do I want the Snyder Cut? And then I guess that's news. We've got the 2:14 runtime, 3.5 hour runtime that Zach did confirm at the SnyderCon. And we're going to get that. The Snyder's got too big of a following. It's got to come out. The DVD sales on that. Like I said, Snyder has a following. Yes, he has haters. He's a polarizing figure. But he has a following. I have everything Zach's done. I love, or I don't know, unless there's something I don't know of that I don't have. But, I've got most of his movies, and I love him. I love his cinematography. I love how he shoots action. First time I saw 300, I didn't know who did it. And like I said, I found out it was Zack Snyder. Like, man, this guy's great. Oh my gosh, I've never saw an action scene shot like this. And anyway, and like I said, Dawn of the Dead, same thing. It's like, who is this Zack Snyder? And it still didn't click with Dawn of the Dead, like who this guy was. Like, it's just, I knew, Zack Snyder, okay, this guy's great, And I just never put it together as I saw some of his early movies, like, that this is the same guy. I know that don't make any sense, but anyway, I didn't put it all together. And anyway, so I've been a fan of this guy for a long time and admired his work. Um, but he confirmed a 3.5 hour runtime. Like I said, we would have gotten we'd have got some Flash story to connect us with him. We would have got Cyborg's origin story in this. We would have got connected to him better. Going back and watching it now, like especially after seeing like Justice League, you get a cool feel for Aquaman. Aquaman is so cool in it. And Aquaman in the fight with Steppenwolf, man. I mean, yeah, he's taking a beating here or there, but he's dishing. Aquaman is dishing it, man, to Steppenwolf. But anyway, we're going to get a Snyder Cut, folks. There's no way. Donner didn't have this much of a following. It took 20, 30 years, whatever, and there's Snyder's got a following. There's money to be made, and people want to see it. I don't know if the effects. There's been some back and forth on whether the effects are 100% done. There's been a couple conflicting reports on that, but either way, well, we know we can see like on the trailer, we can see the football scenes done. We can see some of the Flash scenes are done. We can see a lot of the Cyborg scenes are done. So anyway, it's coming. It's coming. We're going to get our Justice League film, but like I said, hopefully we're going to get this Flash solo. Like I said, we're getting ready to get a Wonder Woman. We got this Joker thing. It's elsewhere. I don't know if it's connected. We'll see. Also in Birds of Prey this week, looks like Jared Leto was in it. Maybe we're seeing, I guess, the breakup of Harley and Joker. So I don't know what kind of part Joker's going to play in it, but it looks like he's got a little part. And Leto had put something like a Snapchat or a video thing of like him or a Joker picture or like an emoji or something. It's a big picture. It's a lot of characters we have coming at us. We're getting a Black Mask. We're getting a Penguin. Matt Reeves on the Batman that we're getting ready to get here in a year and a half or so. This guy's gritty, man. Who knows what kind of movie that we're going to get from this guy. Reeves is gritty. Like I said, this noir movie of Batman that we've needed for years. If he does this right, holy cow, it's what a lot of people have been wanting to see in a Batman movie, and that is a detective movie. Him in the bat suit doing detective work. And like I said, Reeves, if he makes this gritty, then we're set. We're set. So we've covered the DC extended universe news that I can think of, and we've reviewed the Shazam movie, which, it's another home run for DC. Hopefully we're going to get 2 and 3 movies a year from here on out, which, like I said, we've got Joker, and then after Joker, just a few months, we'll have Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman and so on. So, and we should get something with Cheetah, and we've rumored that Cheetah's kind of on her side, so I guess there's going to be there's going to be a backstab or whatever's going to happen there. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see what Jenkins has done with it. But I'm looking forward to it, that's for sure. Let's see, we've covered the T's Toys with the Shazam figures, and the Comic Corner, we covered some on the 52, and just being able to change the lore and legend of Batman and the Graysons, the circus, Haley Circus. Whenever you can do that and it's believable and everybody buys it, you've done something. And they really did good on those stories on 52. And like I said, I need to catch up with the Justice League books and see how they are. But guys, I really appreciate any views that I get. I do appreciate it, and I love talking DC news. I could talk it all day long, and I try to keep these at around 20-30 minutes. I know that last one was a little long, but I appreciate any views, and like and subscribe, and you better be good or be good at it. And thanks for watching. This is Doomsday T on DC, and we'll see you next time. See ya.